Okay, we're going to do a red rose in a vase. So in this painting, I'll show you the picture. There's the picture of it. Okay. So you want to start off with wetting the water around the rose and above the tabletop, so it's nice and moist. Getting it all wet around it. Okay. I'm sure Evelyn would have loved this painting. She was very good with wet and wet, like Zoltan Zabel, one of her mentors. Now that we've done that, we want to put diagonal stripes across it in blue. Okay. Look at some blue. As you can see, because it's wet, they phase out there a little bit. Making sure we don't hit the tabletop. Yeah, that's plenty. Now, we want to put red next to it, but below. So we'll go into red. It's red over here. Nathal red. I just did the ultramarine blue, and we want to do below. So we do it here. Sort of looking like American flag, huh? A little bit. No stars though. Okay, now that we did that, clean the brush out again. Want to do some burnt sienna, which is down in here. You see the burnt sienna there. I'm going to go on the other side. Just let it bleed out. There we go. Still leaving a lot of white the paper. Now that we've got a background, we're going to mix a gray. So I'm using a 10-inch brush here. I'm going to mix some blue. Use the ultramarine blue and some burnt sienna. Going to make it gray there. That's a nice gray. Oop. A little stronger. You wash it out more blue to it. There. Now you want to apply it towards the vase. There you go. It's sort of washed out. It's nice. Then maybe we'll switch to this smaller brush, 6-inch brush. We'll do red along the left and right sides of the vase. Yep, didn't get very strong. I'll kind of go in there a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Wash that out. And we want to do a little bit of a gambage. There's our gambage. So it's gambage there, right there. Center of the vase. That's nice. Alright. And then towards the base though, you want to leave green. There, it's light green. Now we're going to go on to the flower and the leaves. leaf first. Okay. See a slight tint of yellow there. Why did you? Oh, yellow. Oh, okay. I'll go back. Lightly. Maybe I'll put it up in there to make it lightly. Put on the flower. On the flowers, okay. And the leaves, the yellow. Then you also want it on the tabletop. Doing it lightly. It's not so bright. See, it's doing pretty good. Alright, now it says we want to switch to a 6-inch brush. We want to put diagonal lines on the tabletop. With the other one's the blue one here, the red one's tabletop, we want to go the opposite direction. So we have a little contrast there. So we're going to go this way. There we go. And we'll do some come across this way because it is a little bit of checkerboard like. There. That's pretty good. See how them bleeding out a little bit there. That's great. All right. Now apply some of the burnt sienna on the veins, okay. Burnt sienna on the veins. There. Now we have to let this dry. I'll put a little bit in there too. So now there's a little bit of a drying time. I'll stop at this point. Now that I used a hairdryer on it, it's nice to do it that way and dry. We want to apply some leaf green color. Leaf green and leaf green. Apply 1-inch brush to the leaves. Leaf green on leaves. Makes sense, huh? That looks good. Now we want to clear this brush out, see? Clearing it out. It's somewhat damp though, see? A little bit damp. We want to do some diagonal lines coming out and lift out the color. See, that works fairly well. I also find out Turner used to do this. JMW Turner. He was in the Tate Museum in Art Gallery in London. He's the head of the Art Academy there. He uses fingernails a lot. There you go. Nice and bright. A little more green to it. Got a fingernail, or a large enough fingernail. Let's see, here's one. This one's large enough. Yeah. And that was fun. Try the lifting again. A little bit stronger. Yeah, more like a leaf. Then use some burnt sienna to the flower stems and reflections in the vase. So there should be some flower stems in here somewhere. Let me take a look at this closer little photo. Well, there they are. On there. Okay, I got it. So basically, probably a little bit there, and that's a flower stem there. And then you want to have it come out here. There we go. Oh, wasn't that nice? It turned out really nice. Yeah. Good reflection. I'll put a little bit in here too. All right. That was a flower stem. Wasn't as complicated as I thought. And apply on the jagged edges of the leaf. There we go. Well, we do that. Could do the red, but then the red would be too much for the flower. So we're trying to keep it subdued so it doesn't overshoot the flower. There. Oh, that's nice. I kind of like that. Okay. Now, tabletop. Apply ultramarine to the shadow of the table, on the table and of the vase. Oh, okay. So what we want is blue coming down in here. And they said, like this type of blue. So we want a shadow coming down in here, across the tabletop. There we go. And I do believe that you have water in the vase. Oh, nice. And it's not going too heavy either, see? Yeah. Nice. Good. Okay. That's doing well. Okay. Now we want to go to a flower, add dark accents to the base of the flower. We want to mix blue. So you got the blue here. Let's put it over here. Some blue there. A little bit of brown. Okay, a little bit of brown. And then mostly the red. Okay. See if I get some more red here. It's awfully dark. Well, that's what I wanted. Dark red. Accents the base. What it is if you look closer at this one here, you see how dark it is in here. That's what we're shooting for. And I kind of did it in this painting here. So since we look at it, we can look at the actual photo that I was referring to. That's not red enough. I want darker red, but it's dark, dark, dark red. Maybe a little more blue in it. Okay, maybe lighten her up some too. Interesting. More blue to it though. Maybe a lighter blue. There we go. Quite dark though, isn't it? Almost darker than we need. That's okay. So we just did a little here and there. We don't want too much. Alright, now apply red, we'll go with this one. We want red to go into the petal, base of the petal. So see, the yellow is good there. Red to go in here, and then we're going to flush it up to do it sort of like that. So let's get a bunch of red here. That looks good. Along some of the bases in here. A little stronger. That's good. It's really, really strong. Those are nice. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of checkerboarding in here. Since I was looking at it, it looks like it's got little checkerboards to it. Yeah. Those are nice. Yeah. There we go. Now, I'm cleaning out the brush some. What I want to do, moist brush, is trying to do a graded wash coming up. See how that is nice and soft. Not too strong. So it still has a hint of the yellow in there. See how that's nice and soft? Pretty, yeah. That's it. I'm liking this a lot much better than my previous ones. Yeah. Maybe we'll get it even darker there. Yeah. That's pretty. Shaping them out a little bit more. So we got all that. That's pretty nice, yeah. Not bad. Okay, then I just need some finishing touches here. There should be a little bit of blue in here because, like a sky blue, to break it apart. No, that's not working too well there. Let me get this lighter here. Almost like a gray, huh? I think I got my stuff dirty. Nah, it's more of a blue. Trying to get a lighter and lighter blue. There we go. Another way to lighten it is just lift some there. Okay. I actually like that quite a bit. Might just do that. Okay. Now it's about ready to sign. So we could sign it with something here. Now, dry that out, wipe that off, clear that out, clear that one out, be all ready for more. There it is. Not too bad. It could be tightened up a little bit, see? There, look at that. Just lift a little bit here and there.